Good evening, sir. My name is David Salsa. I'm a first-year actor.
Hi.
Hi. I would like to ask you if you could comment on your thoughts of acting training in a formal setting, and if you could just comment on how you were able to maybe just hold the, I guess, the lion that's inside me from wanting to just jump out every day.
Acting is tribal. Acting is tribal. Theatre is tribal. Storytelling is at the heart of our tribe. And I also think that I see actors as hunters. And I see it very clearly sometimes when we're filming and we are all hunting together, fellow actors, hunting the truth of the scene, the truth of the story, the integrity of what we're trying to do, the necessity, the urgency, the connection, the how did you know about me factor. We're all hunting that. So if you think of yourself, if you perceive yourself, if you know yourself as a vital member of your tribe, you will already acquire the patience to wait as long as it takes, to draw back the bow before you shoot your first arrow in your first hunt. You have to adhere, I think, to certain tribal codes of honor. If you are a hunter, then you will learn to be a great hunter by watching and waiting until one great tribal elder in your midst will say, "Here's your bow, son, and here is your arrow. You go and hunt now." And when you're given that bow and arrow and you go and hunt as an actor, as a hunter-actor, you maybe will be immensely grateful for the time when they said, no, you can't have a bow and arrow, not yet. Oh, just let me feel the bow. No, not yet. Okay, I'll tell you what you can do for a week. You can do this, but no arrow. And you think, why? Why am I pulling back the bow of this? Why am I pulling back the bow and there's no arrow? Well, later on in your life, you'll think, that is where I learnt stillness. And that is where I learnt to be completely and joyfully inside my body. Doing that. I felt so great that eventually I was saying, no, don't give me an arrow. Don't give me an arrow. That is when you'll be given an arrow. The very moment when you say, no, I don't want an arrow, I'm happy to, then you're ready for an arrow. And they'll give you an arrow. So these years, when you say, but I want to get out, of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. And you might go out on your first hunt, be trampled to death, and never regain confidence. So what you're learning here is to have your tribal security and your validity and magnificence as a hunter. So the bow is there, the arrow is there, and be inside that wonderful position. It is immensely privileged. And then when it's time to ride out, you'll ride out. You'll ride out with the best of them.